Darts on Sky Sports.
Champion shows who's boss.
That was a brilliant darts match.
I'm up for you, pal.
Phil Taylor 6, Raymond van Barneveld 6.
Just play darts and then we're going to see who's the best.
I'll smash it.
Phil Taylor beats Michael van Gerwen.
A nervy night ahead here in Newcastle. Will the power surge continue? Phil Taylor could finally secure his place in the playoffs, but Peter Wright and Gary Anderson are breathing heavily down his neck. Also tonight, a battle for the league leadership. The bands collide. Van Barneveld faces Van Gerwen. A very warm welcome to week 14 of the Betway Premier League. We are live from the Metro Radio Arena. Top class tungsten by the time. Coming up, Gary Anderson against Dave Chisnall, winner or draw for Anderson, and he's back in the top 4. Game 2, Adrian Lewis against Robert Thornton, two men hoping to end their season on a high. Game 3 is Phil Taylor against Peter Wright, his third against fourth, a win for Taylor, he's in the playoffs. And rounding off the night, a battle of the Dutch Masters, Barney against Van Gerwen, the top two in the league collide, both locked on 20 points. Good evening from Newcastle, 7,000 here tonight. Just 2 weeks left of the regular season. Who will hold their nerve and make it through to playoff night at the O2 on May 22nd? Last week, we hit the Midlands.
Right in the shadows of Broad Street, Birmingham City Centre here, the National Indoor Arena. 2 wins, nothing else will do for Dave Chisnall tonight. Tops for Thornton, he will not be beaten tonight. A major hammer blow for Chisnall's hopes. Tops, 4 out of 9 so far. And Robert Thornton gets only his second Premier League win of the campaign. And it's a crushing blow for Chisnall. Even the best miss, even the best get nervous. Now this is pressure, ladies and gents. 60, double 14 for a point each. There you have it. Barney 6, Phil Taylor 6.
Was I nervous?
Yeah.
Very much so, trust me. I'm fighting for my life here.
He's running away with it. He is flying now.
Very impressive performance this. Gary Anderson takes out Michael van Gerwen. A priceless win for the Flying Scotsman. Adrian Lewis is at the point of no return.
Peter Wright rescues a point back into the playoff spots. Adrian Lewis cannot qualify. Form is temporary, class is permanent. Trademark shot, easy as you like, punches the air. Taylor is a man on a mission. Phil Taylor moves back into the top 4 of the Premier League. Another step towards the finals.
Already through the finals night, Michael van Gerwen, Raymond van Barneveld. 3 players battling for the remaining 2 spots. Phil Taylor, Peter Wright and Gary Anderson. Adrian Lewis, Dave Chisnall and Robert Thornton battling out for an awful lot of cash. Rod Harrington, it's testament to the players that have come this far and it's still competitive.
It is. I think the standard of the players throughout now, through the PDC and on the Sky TV, is incredible. They're playing each other week in, week out, from tour events, Euro events, to the major TV events. So they're mingling with each other. They're not scared of each other. But we're getting players that are stepping up. They've learnt bottle, especially people like Peter Wright, Robert Thornton. They ain't scared. They get up here. They take the game to the big players. And of course, Phil's come off the top a little bit, and he's getting punished for it. And that's the way we want the game to go.
Go on then, Wayne. Who gets the last 2 places?
Thanks, Dave. I've got to go Phil Taylor. I think he could sew that up tonight. And I've got to go for Gary Anderson. I just think with Peter Wright, who he's got to play, he's got Phil tonight, and in all likelihood that he's going to get beaten. And then, following week, as you can see, he's got Michael Van Gerwen. That's why the odds that 1 to 3 for Gary Anderson to qualify, that is about right. Peter Wright is the outsider of the 3 for one reason. He's got Phil Taylor and he's got Michael Van Gerwen. That's the reason. Gary Anderson could lose both games and still qualify, because Peter Wright could well get a hammer in both matches.
Taylor in 3rd position. Who'd have thought that when he lost 4 of his 5 opening matches? You two, I've got to say, gentlemen, were writing him off.
I said I think it was a bit of a blip. I think he was writing him off.
I've got to say, the way he was playing, it just looked like the decline had happened. It looked like that was it. Because at this level, if you're 10-15% below your best, you're finished. And Phil was way below that, and it's just testament to him and his mindset and the fact that he wants to win. I find it an incredible turnaround.
Big night for Taylor, big night for Gary Anderson as well. He kicks off against Dave Chisnall. Your thoughts on that, Rod?
Well, the way Gary Anderson was playing, I mean, we all said it's who turns up to Gary Anderson if he hits doubles. Well, he's been doing that for a long time. And against Michael Van Gerwen, he played absolutely brilliant. And them sort of odds, 8 to 11 on, are about right. Chisnall just not been consistent enough for me.
Adrian Lewis against Robert Thornton. Given the form line at the moment, Thornton should really be favourite, shouldn't he?
Robert Thornton, yes, he should be. The weekend, he won 2 tour events. He hit 9 180s last week. He's playing the better darts of the 2 right now, and that's 7 to 4. There's been money and money and money all week for Robert Thornton. That's as big as 9 to 4. And Adrian Lewis, he's got no confidence at the moment. He's got to stop the rock.
Biggest match of the night. Taylor 3rd, Wright 4th.
Well, it could be a straight knockout, this one. I mean, 1 to 2 on, he's very short odds. But the 7 to 2 for Peter Wright, the way he's been playing in this Premier League, he's grind right results out, as he did against Lewis last week. People may think that's good value. Personally, I think Taylor's got it there.
We haven't even had a chance to mention this, the Dutchman.
They're average, they're mediocre. I can see this being so close, and the one-upmanship in this, that the 2 Dutch Masters, the 2 most successful Dutch players in history, I can't look any further than a draw. I just think that Barney only losing 1 game, Michael will want to put a mark down as if to say, right, I'm not going to relinquish top spot. That's the important thing for him to do. And a draw will see him stay at the top.
And always a special atmosphere in Newcastle.
Yeah, they loved it. I mean, up in the North East, the Geordie people, they love their darts. We've had some great dart players come out of this area for donkey's years, right back from, well, Jockey Wilson lived here for a long while, Geordie Hewitt, so, yeah, they love their darts up here.
Yeah, a city that loves to party, a city that loves its darts.
Sleep, rave, repeat.
Turning on the style. Have you ever seen anything like it? Michael Van Gerwen raising the roof. Michael Van Gerwen is simply sensational. 5-star Barnwell. Wouldn't like it when he's angry. It's absolutely majestic. Taylor, the tungsten Terminator. You will not see better than this anywhere.
Eat, sleep, rave, repeat. Eat, sleep, rave, repeat.
Radio Arena here in
brought to you by Professional Darts Corporation. Well, it's time now to meet our players, ladies and gentlemen, former world finalists and the winner of the Premier League. It's time to climb aboard the Flying Scotsman with Gary Anderson! And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of 5 PDC ranking events is Chisnall!
There's 3 bananas, so make that 4 bananas. Take their seats here at the Metro Radio Arena. At Sky Sports Darts, our Twitter account. More and more joining us by the day. Real party atmosphere here in Newcastle. Party, will it continue for Gary Anderson? And Dave Chisnall, there's a lot riding on this for him as well.
Well, what you've got to remember is there's 5,000 difference between each spot. So actually from 5th down to 8th, there's 10 grand difference, and 5 grand a place is a lot for Chisnall to play for. So he's going to be deadly serious up here.
And want to impress for next season, try and get another Premier League spot.
Well, exactly. He's great to watch, and he'll want to finish as high as he can, as you can see with the table there. If he can move up, well, take care of, put Adrian Lewis back in his spot, yeah, that's more prize money. But what he'll want to do is obviously win this week, win next week, sign off on a high, and leave him kind of fresh in the memory, because look, we love seeing 180s. Is it 61 in this Premier League so far? We want to see more.
Is this an advantage for Gary Anderson playing first and put the pressure on Taylor and Wright?
Definitely, in my opinion, that's what I would have wanted to do, and Anderson will want to do that. After coming off that win last week against Michael Van Gerwen, he played brilliant, and he hit those doubles, and the checkouts are absolutely superb, and that's what he's got to do from the first leg.
Shall he send out a message to the other players here? Nearly. Ron Stubbs and Stuart Pike, your commentators.
Yes, thanks, Dave. 108.22, 103.19. Anderson and Chisnall's averages when they met way back in Glasgow on week 4. One of the best games we've seen in the Premier League this year. Anderson won it 7-5. More of the same, please, chaps. That will get the night off to the perfect start. Anderson, 2 wins from his last 2 games. We'll see him surely into the playoffs. Around here in Newcastle, certainly behind the Scot. Anderson unbeaten in his last 5.
Well, as you said, Stuart, he knows that everything's within his own grasp, Gary Anderson, especially if he keeps throwing like that. If he wins his final 2 matches tonight and also at Brighton next weekend when he takes on Raymond van Barneveld, he will be in. That's because Peter Wright and Phil Taylor are playing each other, so they can't both pick up maximum points of their two final games. So Anderson knows a brace of wins will put him in. Wanted the treble to leave Bull.
98. David Roy, 161.
I want 6-1. I wonder, David, first leg of the night. Anderson will be back for double 14 for a perfect start. A 13 dart leg to hold throw. That's what
93.
the Scot will be thinking about here.
28.
Double 14.
Well, double 7 now then. Very awkward.
14.
Too awkward as it happened.
David Roy, 68.
What a chance from absolutely nowhere for Chisnall. 2 darts at double 4. Should be a good guide.
60.
Oh, 2 on the wire.
David Roy, 14.
This first leg will set the tone for the match. Crucial for both players.
No score.
Incredible. 6
David Roy, 8.
missed darts from Anderson.
Not aggressive enough, perhaps. And
Yeah,
Dave Chisnall has popped up.
Dave
Double
Chisnall.
4.
Second leg is David
Just
for
felt with
first.
Gary Anderson, you've made the point many times, Stuart, on these odd doubles. Just be aggressive with the first dart. And if you do happen to go inside, you're going to go split and get another shot at a double anyway. But I thought Gary was a little bit timid.
85.
I think Gary's dart at double 14 was the one that left him in trouble, because that was the one that fell short, forced him to go downstairs for
140.
double 7, one of the most difficult. Anderson's finishing has been actually pretty good in the Premier League. 45% across the board coming
99.
into this match. Those 6 darts won't help him, but he's been up there with the best stats on the finishing.
140.
His finishing isn't actually as bad as it's painted out. It's just when he misses those great clumps at double, like he did there, half a dozen on the trot, is when you really notice it. But generally, as you
140.
said, in the 40% is not to be sniffed at. Nor is this. Straight between the pair. Too high, but he still leaves 81 after 9 darts. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, 45% it was coming into the game. It's dropped a touch after those 6 missed darts.
34.
A
Gary
double.
Roy, 81.
Well, to hit back. Double 13 to break straight back.
68. David Roy, 43.
Could be in a spot of bother here, Anderson. Chizzy looking at tops. Double 10 for 2-0.
33. Gary Roy, 13.
Wow.
Choice of double here for Anderson. He chooses double 4. Brilliant.
He's on the second leg.
That's the way to bounce back.
Third leg is Gary
7
for
darts
first.
at double
Game on.
on the trot. But that 8th attempt is on target, and Anderson has levelled the match.
Well, 3 into 2 won't go.
81.
Taylor Wright and Anderson all battling for the final 2 spots in the playoffs at the O2 in a fortnight.
140.
Perfect. Got to be.
140.
Unlucky.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Phil Taylor and Peter Wright later tonight. Lewis and Thornton, a dead rubber in terms of qualifying for the but a lot of prize money at stake at the bottom, and then the big two, the top two, Raymond van Barneveld and Michael van Gerwen. Winner there will be odds on to finish top of the pile. There's Anderson, halves his score, again leaving a finish after 9 darts.
12 months ago, Premier League table finished. Van Gerwen first, Van Barneveld second, Taylor third. I wonder if it's going to happen again in 2014.
100.
To leave tops after 12.
Well, the aberration on the finishing in the first leg apart, this is an excellent performance once more from Gary Anderson, because he's got down to a finish after 9 darts in 3 consecutive legs.
118.
And now, for a 13-dart leg, the Scot wants tops.
Gibbs on the third leg.
That's better, isn't it, Gary? 2-1 to the now flying Scotsman.
Rejuvenated Anderson as well. 4 tournament wins, 2 semi-finals on the Pro Tour already in 2014. In stark contrast, Chisnall struggled all year. He's not had the best of results away from the Premier League. Just wonder whether the relentless nature of the Thursday night Premier League has just taken a little bit out of the tank for Dave Chisnall.
And he was perilously close to being eliminated on Judgment Night, wasn't he? Whereas Newton missed starts at double to
135.
Qualify and put Chisnall out, really. And having got through, he's lost 4 of the next 5 games. He did beat Peter Wright, but he's lost his other 4 games since.
135.
Leads the big one. Gary Anderson has had a 170 in the tournament so far. Chisnall follows suit here.
170.
Well, Anderson's averaging nearly 102 despite missing 8 darts at double.
134.
It's a good setup. 126. If ever there was a time for Anderson to take out 126. Double 6.
120.
Oh, Dave Chisnall's favourite double, and he needs it to come to his rescue here with Anderson threatening. Now across, double 9. Bangs it. With Anderson having missed 1 dart at double 6, waiting to pounce on double 3. All square.
95.
He's played himself into semi-final contention, hasn't he, Gary Anderson? 3 wins and 2 draws in the last 5.
96.
Will feel that he had the opportunity to actually win those matches that he drew.
140.
Wayne Mardle made the point, Stuart, didn't he, before the match started, that Anderson could actually qualify even if he loses twice, because Peter Wright, 2 very tough games, and if he was to suffer 2 tonkings
33.
by Phil Taylor and Michael van Gerwen, Gary Anderson's leg difference, despite not increasing his actual competition points, he could get in. He won't be thinking about that.
140.
Well, it's exceptional. He's only hit 1 maximum so far, but he's hit 8 140s, and we're only in the 5th leg. That's incredible shooting from the Scot.
And leaves 126 again, I think, for the 3rd time. Not under pressure to go out this time, though. And 16
86.
will leave tops. Time and time again, Gary Anderson leading a finish after 9 and a single darter after 12. It's excellent stuff, scoring-wise.
100. Gary 140.
105 average with 9 missed darts and a double.
Gibbs on the 5th leg.
3 out of 12 on the doubles. An average now of bang on, exactly 105. Impressive indeed, Gary Anderson.
105 average. You mentioned previously, Stuart, when they last met, 108.22 Gary Anderson in week 4. That remains the 2nd highest average of this year's Premier League. The best, Michael van Gerwen's 109.59 with that whitewash of Phil Taylor way back on week 1. Very first night of the Premier League in Liverpool. Will it go?
100.
Will that bar be raised by one of the big hitters between now and the O2?
60.
Short change. Been hitting that treble 20. all through this game.
140.
Chizzy hanging on in there. Yeah, but lost his way, hasn't he?
81.
Dave Chisnall lost his last three.
140.
He hasn't been that far away, but he's lost 3 or 4 matches 7-5. A couple 7-4 as well.
38.
That really is what has hurt Chisnall along the way. Close, but not close enough. But he's certainly
85.
competed, hasn't he, in his debut Premier League season. Absolutely worth his place.
That leaves double 16. And that leaves nothing. 3 apiece. Anderson had a leg off there, to be honest. And Chisnall took full advantage, ties it up, 3 each. Got to be the lot.
180.
Chizzy's the man who's hit more than anybody else. He hasn't hit one tonight though. 61
140.
so far in this Premier League. Dave Chisnall maximums.
Yeah, there hasn't been a week where he's drawn a blank, Chisnall.
100.
Always hit at least one. So surely he'll nail one at some point.
100.
The crowd in Anderson's corner.
60.
A rare blip. Brilliant last week though, wasn't he? In taking care of Michael van Gerwen.
125.
Gary Anderson.
161.
Yeah, that was another ton plus average, averaging over 103.5 here at the moment.
59.
But does that just open the door, I wonder, for a break of throw, for Chisnall to take the lead for the first time since the first leg? He's going to set it up. Well,
87.
he should have set it up.
102.
Well, that's unlucky. That was unlucky.
74.
So, Chisnall here. Break of throw. Well, he's hit a big 3. His last 2 darts have been awful. Can he rescue the situation?
31.
Well, Anderson here with a chance really that he shouldn't have had. Well, that's exactly what happened in the first leg. He was inside, then he was outside on double 7.
21.
Well,
18.
Dave Chisnall should have had 3 clear darts and a double last time he toed the off. He only got 1. He's got 3 now. He's got 2 at double 9. He's got 1 at double 9.
No score. Gary requires 7.
Darting deja vu from the first leg.
double 2 then. That's a good dart. Well, you can
Gary
see there, he was about to throw the last dart into the board. He's frustrated, he's angry, and when Anderson gets fired up, more often than not, it tends to make him play better. Let's see. Pat's got away with one there.
140.
Well, we saw there, I think, in one leg, something that's symptomatic of why Dave Chisnall's not going to make the playoffs. Given himself an opportunity, then bodged it at the back end of the leg. Just can't do it at this level.
140.
And that's why he's losing games 7-5 and not drawing them or winning them 7-5.
And that will all come with Premier League experience, won't it? Chisnall will hope he'll
134.
put a good case, and he should be included in the Premier League next year again, and he'll be better for the experience, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think the consensus is that it's unfair to give someone 1 year in the Premier League and then just consign them to the darting dustbin of history. Give them two seasons.
86.
So Anderson way back in this leg. Should be 4 apiece. How much pressure will Chisnall be under? Down for 17s. Double 16 for 4 apiece. Try double 8. Try double 4, Dave.
24.
Gary Roy, 74.
Anderson, chance to steal. Tops.
74, check out when he really.
Well, hang on, no, he's miscounted, hasn't he?
He has.
He's miscounted.
He has. He went for tops.
He went for tops. He obviously thought he wanted 70, not 74. And Anderson has become the latest victim of a miscount. Phil Taylor did it. Gary Anderson busted 169 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, Taylor taking out 139 when he wanted 129.
Yeah.
Chisnall still can't find a double. You know, he's missed 16 darts at doubles. And Anderson yet again wins a leg, second consecutive leg on double two. Well, he got there in the end with a little bit of help from Dave Chisnall. The miscount from Anderson may not make too much difference.
Well,
119.
He obviously believed he wanted 70. He didn't. He wanted 74. Anyway, it makes no difference now. He's won the leg and he can forget all about it. He's got a two-leg cushion. He's 5-3 up. One more leg guarantees at least a point.
93.
Talk about the missed doubles. I remember when Chisnall lost to Phil Taylor in Nottingham. With Anderson
140.
What's 10? 140s now for the Scot. Chisnall missed a lot of key doubles in that defeat to Taylor in Nottingham. That got Taylor going. Finally a 180 for Chisnall. Will it make any difference? He definitely needs the bull.
54. David Bois, 109.
Needed a treble to lead double 16, so Anderson
93.
now to guarantee himself at least a share of the spoils. Double 16. Double 8. And Anderson pockets at least a point. Gary Anderson has now moved up to at least 17 competition points. That's one more than Peter Wright currently has, and the same as Phil Taylor currently has.
Well, there's confirmation.
99.
Anderson now up to 17 points. Interesting, last year 17 points was enough for James Wade to claim fourth spot.
Peter Wright on 16. Well, it might be enough for Gary Anderson,
Yep.
Stuart, mightn't it? Because Peter Wright has got 2 games to play, but no guarantee that he's going to get anything. Guaranteed that Anderson is going to get his third 180. He's closing in on victory.
125.
He knew coming into this that if he won his last 2,
134.
he was into the playoffs. He takes on Barneveld in Brighton, knowing his fate is in his own hands, and where he was after half a dozen
Gary
weeks
88.
in this Premier League. That's some achievement for Gary Anderson. Bullseye to win it in style.
63. David Bois, 135.
That keeps him in it. Treble 20 leaves bull. Wants the bull.
110. Gary
Anderson
Roy,
couldn't get to the
25.
hockey quick enough.
This to take. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed the number. He's going to have to. 3 for double 2. He's hit it twice already.
21.
Well, he made a right mess of that, didn't he? Missed the single one. Is he going to pay for it, Gary Anderson? Well, there's your answer.
On the 10th leg. So Chisnall. The 11th leg is Gary to throw first.
Match start comes, a match start goes for Gary Anderson. Between them, they've missed 33 darts at double
100.
in this match. It's an edge of the seat job. The Flying Scotsman flying by the seat of his pants.
Well, that dart into the single 18 instead of the single 1.
85.
How costly will that prove to be for Anderson? He hopes not. He was trying to leave himself 2 clear darts at double 16.
100.
Back-to-back tons if he throws for the match.
Well, I I'm sure Gary Anderson, at the end of this match, will be the first to admit that he's made
123.
a bucket load of big mistakes, but it may not matter. His power scoring may be enough to carry him over the finishing line.
95.
Few nerves flying around in Newcastle.
Well, I'm absolutely sure. Yeah, you're absolutely sure. You're right.
140.
Anderson will have to take out 206 in 6.
138. David Weil, 153.
A match he knows he should have won already. Will he be back to throw for it again? He will.
100.
Is this the moment he takes a big step towards the playoffs?
Well, it's a wild dart. He was looking for 32. 36 rather, to leave 32. He leaves tops for the match! And for a place in the top 4 and to keep his darting destiny in his own hands. Anderson defeats Chisnall, and if he can win next week in Brighton, Gary Anderson will be bound for the O2 Arena and finals night. The Scotsman wins 7-4.
Betway sponsors Premier League darts on Sky Sports. Betway sponsors Premier League darts on Sky Sports.
Big night of darts in Newcastle. Gary Anderson, 7-4 winner over Dave Chisnall. Up next, Adrian Lewis against Robert Thornton. Two men hoping to end their season on a high. Battle for playoff places really on fire between these two. Phil Taylor against Peter Snakebite Wright. And rounding off the night, the Dutch Masters collide. Raymond van Barneveld against Michael van Gerwen. Table, good reading for Gary Anderson, moves up to third place, 18 points. Taylor in fourth, Peter Wright in fifth position. With some nervy darts at times, the double top summed it up, almost hit himself. Well, he did hit himself on the head with his dart, almost knocked himself out. That could have been nasty. He hasn't got a scar to prove it though. Gary, how's the head, Gary?
So, I must be getting old, that hurt. Never used to hurt.
There was some edgy darts there. Were you a little bit nervous? A couple of miscounts and so on?
I was. I mean, I've got 2 games to play, and Dave was my worry game. I've got Raymond's last game, which that was a game that I would have had to win anyway, you know. But Dave, I mean, I don't know. You're talking about my doubles. Dave's.
No,
if he tidied up in his doubles, he'd be unbeatable.
But he's learning from this experience, isn't he?
I'm still learning. This is my 4th, 5th year. You know, it's hard. I can't even count on the dartboard, to be honest.
It's all in your hands now. Beat Barney next week, playoffs.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, I've got 2 games I want on next week as well. You know, 2 games to play. I want to win both of them. So I've got it tonight. Next week, I want to do the same.
It's credit to the man that he's battled back from a really tricky start to this campaign and now vying for a place at the O2.
Well, for me, it was also kind of culminated in last week, getting the job done against Michael van Gerwen, and Gary knew last week that was a massive win, but coming here tonight and doing that as well. Did you have it in your mind to put, not whilst you were playing, but before, if you win, all the pressure is on Peter right now? He has to get something from one of his 2 games.
That's what I was thinking. He's got a tougher 2 games. Every game's tough, you know, but I'm thinking Chizzy, Barney, Phil Taylor, Van Gerwen, you know. But tonight I thought Chizzy's got nothing to lose. He's got a cup. This will be his best game of the season in the Premier League, you know, and I'm just glad his doubles are worse than mine.
Is it an advantage to you playing first, do you think?
No. I'd rather be 3rd, 4th game on, to be quite honest. Let's the crowd warm up a bit.
I've got to say, there must be a few Scotsmen in the house because you got a great reception.
It's cost me a fortune to get them bussed up. It's cost me a fortune.
Well, congratulations. Maybe we'll see you at the O2.
Cheers,
Now time to look ahead to a special documentary coming your way from Sky Sports. We couldn't come to Newcastle without mentioning this man.
Here we go then, Sidney Waddell, BA Cantab, Stephen Fry, BA Cantab, Rodney Harrington, University of Life, MA, any way you like.
The filming of the commentary I thought was genius. Whoever decided that at Sky, well done. Because you see Rod kind of sitting there in a corner, thinking like I did, what does that word mean? And it was like a kid that was in a candy shop but was afraid to eat anything. It was great, but look, this is what experiences are all about, and what an experience for Rod Harrington, superb.
Some of the cues in this are a bit clumsy. Your turn.
Sorry. I'm not used to this. I'm with the master, let's be honest.
It was the night the masters of the microphone met. A little bit of Fry and Waddell, Tuesday, May the 20th, 8:30 p.m. on Sky Sports 1, as we build up to crunch time in the capital.
Hits the Premier League summit. 5-star Barneveld.
I know I can do this. Taylor has been nothing short of devastating. Peter Wright just marches on. Brilliant from Gary Anderson. best darts you'll see anywhere.
Betway sponsors Premier League darts on Sky Sports.